What up, everybody in the NBBC? Big shout out to the UGC, hashtag come back to boxing, in the NBBC. As usual, links are in the description. You get a chance, check them out. And if you feel compelled to do so, please subscribe. This is something I'm going to start doing from time to time, either when I just don't have time to do editing, or, maybe there's just a couple quick things that I want to talk about. Today I don't have a whole lot of time, and there are a couple quick things that I want to touch on real quick. So let me go ahead and get into it. First thing I want to talk about is apparently AB made a statement saying something about y'all thought I was retired, but I'm coming back. Apparently he's planning on returning next year, 2020. Current year, this video is 2019. But apparently that's his plan. And I just want to give a couple quick thoughts about this. It doesn't surprise me. AB thinks that he's Floyd Mayweather Jr., but here's the thing that AB doesn't realize. People ain't looking out for him like that. We're not awaiting the return of the great Adrian Broner. When I'm thinking about boxing, to be honest, Adrian Broner is one of the last boxers that I have in mind, because he's been a fucking fuck up. He's a letdown. He had a lot of promise early in his career, and every time that he had a big step up fight, he got his ass whooped. Doesn't let his hands go, and announcing retirement and then coming out of retirement like Floyd Mayweather. You ain't no Floyd Mayweather. Another reason why it doesn't surprise me is he just got ordered to pay, I believe, I want to say it was $873,000 to that woman he assaulted in 2018. So, yeah, I mean, when you get an order to pay big money like that, it doesn't surprise me that you would come back to boxing. He's also has the charge that he's currently being charged with money laundering. So for the foreseeable future, he might be a slave to the sport, because he has a very high cost of living, and it has nothing to do with living in Ohio or wherever it is that he currently resides. It has everything to do with his lifestyle of doing fucked up shit that is going to cost him money. Court costs, alimony, or I don't even think he could be charged with alimony, but definitely child support. And I'm not trying to rag on the man, I'm just speaking on the realities. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that he's coming back, but the reality is none of us are really looking for him to come back. So I think he's just trying to stroke his own ego. At the end of the day, he's just a clown. He's here to amuse us. And I'm not even talking about boxing. I'm just talking about he's just amusing in the traditional sense of a clown. He might as well put on some makeup, put on a orange afro wig, and start dancing around, because he's a clown. That's just what he is. Next thing I want to touch on real quick is I heard, or this isn't the first time I'm hearing it, but I've been seeing a lot of this talk about AJ and Fury are teaming up. And at first I didn't think nothing of it. If that's how you want to look at it, cool. Like it is what it is. But then I heard somebody kind of elaborate on it, and they're trying to make it seem like these guys can't fuck with Wilder unless they team up together. It's a bullshit narrative. The reality is this: boxers spar each other. They don't spar with bums, because dragging a bum off the street and sparring him is not going to prepare you for your next opponent. This isn't nothing new. And see, this is how I could tell that that people, a lot of these people are either don't know shit about boxing, or they're dishonest. Either way, it's an internal struggle that they got. I'm not Dr. Phil, so I'm not fucking with that shit. However, I am the regular militant, and I will speak on the bullshit, and I will address the bullshit. I will shoot that shit down, and that's what I'm here to do. It's not a team up. I've never heard anybody ever say that shit for any fight. Boxers spar each other. The last boxer that I heard of that wasn't sparring lost in what's his name, Anthony Yard. So let's cut the bullshit. These guys spar each other. And it's not even the first time that these guys have sparred each other specifically. When AJ was green, he sparred with Tyson Fury. So this ain't even the situation isn't new. The only thing that's different is Tyson Fury is presumably gonna fight Deontay Wilder next. But people just want to big up Deontay Wilder in any way that they can, and I get it. You're a fan. You want the perception that he's the boogeyman. But come on now, this is fucking ridiculous. I mean, you expect Tyson Fury to spar me, maybe? I mean, I'm about 5'9", 5'10". You know, I don't possess the punching power that Deontay Wilder does, and to be honest, I don't even think Anthony Joshua does. But Anthony Joshua does have power. You know, a lot of people done forgot that he's not a weakling. You know, before he lost to Andy Ruiz, he had a higher knockout percentage than Deontay Wilder. So it's not like he doesn't have power. So him being probably the closest one to Deontay Wilder's height and has the most comparable power to Deontay Wilder with that height, it would make sense for him to spar with him, because that's going to be, he's only like an inch or two shorter than Deontay Wilder. And it makes sense to me. But people want to try to make it seem like, oh, Tyson Fury has no chance unless he teams up with Anthony Joshua, as if Anthony Joshua is going to be in there with him in the ring as well. Like, come on, y'all know it's bullshit. Like, this isn't shit that anybody has ever said. And pretty much every professional boxer spars with other professional boxers. It's not nothing new. It's really fucking pathetic. My bad. I'm also, when I do these are pretty much gonna be raw. When I'm doing these, like right now, I'm walking my dog, so you might hear some some background noise when I do these. Usually when I'm recording my videos, I just go into my car, because my girl, a lot of times she's asleep, and she complains when I record videos while she's awake, because she always wanted me to spend time with her. But that's here nor there. That's not y'all just getting a little peek into my personal life. But I mean, I don't know what you guys expect from a professional boxer. Sometimes you expect him to just basically do what Andy Ruiz did, not take the fight seriously so that he can lose to your guy. And that, to me, that's a problem, because this is supposed to be a sport. It's not supposed to be, there's not supposed to be unfair advantages or anything like that. And I even consider that in the A side. A side is supposed to be able to dictate, maybe where the fight happens and what the split. I don't think they should be able to have control over glove size, ring size. That's just my personal opinion. But anyways, I mean, I just can't believe how ridiculous these narratives get. I mean, come on. Now I've heard it all now. It's a team. Now all of a sudden, sparring partners are a team up. So who is Wilder teaming up with? Because I assure you, Wilder has sparring partners. But y'all ain't going to say that those are team ups. Come on now. let's just be, as IBFP would say, honest and unbiased. Last thing I want to touch on was Jeff Horn has avenged his loss to Zafara in a 12-round, I believe it was a unanimous decision, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't watch the fight. The fight, I'm assuming, happened in Australia because it was like super early over here. So I'm just assuming that it happened in Australia. My understanding is that he knocked down Zafara once, and that it was a war. Ironically, or not really ironically, but it's funny how a helicopter just so happened to be flying over my head when I said that it's a war. It was a war, but yeah, from what I hear, it was a war. I'm gonna see if I can watch the fight because it sounds like it was a hell of a good fight. So big ups to Jeff Horn. You know, to be honest, I didn't think he was gonna win it. You know, I thought he was just gonna end up getting knocked out again, but I mean, this year has definitely been the year of the comebacks. You know, you got J-Rock, AJ, Manny Pacquiao. You know, I'll be honest, I thought Keith Thurman's youth was and his skill were going to be enough to defeat Manny Pacquiao, and he proved me wrong. And now you got Jeff Horn, who isn't really known for having the best skill, but all the more, big congratulations to Jeff Horn on his victory against Zafara. My understanding is that there will not be a third fight. I certainly hope that there would be, because one, I would have liked to catch this one live, and I wasn't able to. And two, you know, run it back. You got 1-1. Let's have the tiebreaker. I know a lot of fans are not fans of rematches nowadays for whatever reason, but it's something that is part of the history. It's part of the sport. It's not anything new, and it seems to be dying out. And what I would like to see die out is this notion that boxers can only fight once or twice a year. Let's do away with that, and let's do with more boxing and more rematches when it calls for it. You got a knockout win and a and a decision win. Let's see who would win the third one and in what fashion. And then, you know, then call it quits on the rematches. But anyways, those are just a couple quick things I want to talk about. Y'all let me know what you think. To all my subscribers, anybody watching my videos, or just so happen to stumble on this video, hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace.